There is an AI that can build you anything from any context in one shot. Let's see, build my portfolio. You know who I am. There we go. So that is the result. So that's who I am, what I do for Pickit, what I do for Stratega, my past experience. Pretty neat, right?
Okay, but why are you doing this?
I want to tell you what is the purpose of the video. So I built an AI architecture with persistent memory that allows you to build as many agents as you want, and the context gets constantly updated. And the beauty of it is that there is only a single command that you need to run to install everything. So this is pretty mind-blowing. I'll tell you how the architecture is structured. So you have Claude Code that with Opus, it has excellent research capabilities and excellent organizing capabilities, and also there is the AI agents function already built in. But this architecture calls in also Gemini, and you will see how you can get Gemini with free credits in the following part of the video. And also how you can plug in models that you can download from Ollama or from Hugging Face to power up your computing directly from your machine. And that is going to be another video that I will be releasing later. So here our AI is working. Let's see. Yes. So, hey everyone, I'm Claude Code, running inside Stratega OS, a custom AI-powered business operation system that Matteo built. The architecture. What you're looking at is not just a chatbot, it's a multi-agent orchestration system with persistent memory, as I mentioned before, with current priorities, active projects, decisions, what happens. We have specialized agents. So these are all agents that I built because I am experimenting or I need something. So for revenue, for content engine, for experiments, etc. We have simple commands. So start and close, we will see them later on, and call CTO, meaning that our Claude Code is going to take the personality of our CTO agent, who has its own memory, its own personality, and is going to deliver much more value than the standard Claude Code. But it could also be that you want Gemini as your CTO, which is a thing that you can do by uploading the files. You can upload the MD files, which the system is going to be creating, and I strongly recommend using Obsidian to work with this. Maybe that's going to be in another video. Let's see what we have here. We're going to wait for another few seconds. Here we are done. That is the result. So that's who I am, what I do for Pickit, what I do for Stratega, my past experience. Pretty neat, right? My core competencies, so AI and automation, I guess that's one of them now. Growth and go-to-market, product and operations. So it knows everything about me because we built a document. Also, these are working. So because we built a document where I gave all my information, and we actually iterated a few times, actually downloading my LinkedIn profile and also telling what I did, but also what I documented over the past 2 months. I fed it to it, so it knows exactly what I built, how I built it, and what I did. So it ended up knowing me really well, knowing me that well, so that is able to build something like this in one shot, which is pretty good, and which we can also deploy on Netlify in 1 second, thanks to MCP servers. So MCP servers are like APIs in a way, but they're able to connect you with the whole ecosystem. So once you have connected everything, you are able, okay, you're able to directly publish your website as you're seeing right now via Claude Code. This is creating the project. Okay, let's go. And we are live. Yes, sir. Wonderful. It took us 8 minutes. This is pretty mind-blowing, isn't it? Maybe less. No, 5 minutes. Awesome. So I'll see you in the next part to learn how to deploy this in one shot. Hey guys, welcome. So here is the first step would be to install Node.js, which will allow us to run a JavaScript application. So please download whichever one you need. And once you follow the installation steps, which are the exact same of any other software, then you will need to open up Terminal. And to figure it out if we did it well, we are going to paste this command. So I'll leave everything in the description. If you run this, it's going to give you a version. So here we can see v25.2.1. And everything super simple with this one command. Again, even this is going to be available for you, and this is going to make the same setup I have in one simple click. So let's name it AI projects. Yes. Okie doke. So to start with Claude, which requires Play subscription, I need to do this. So let me copy this, open another tab, get it a little bit bigger, and run this command. Nice. So we officially have Claude Code here. Let's do the same command here for Gemini, and nice. So we've officially installed Gemini and Claude Code. So how did this happen? So with that command, you pulled out the code which my artificial intelligence and I, mostly 99.9% of it, it was wrote from the AI, and here you have the same setup I have. So you have a brain, so your AI is going to stay consistent between the sessions. You're going to use main files. Everything that you do is going to be updated in daily notes and summaries. So how the setup is done, and also how you can improve it with Olama and Obsidian, and I will record other videos about it. Okay, so here it is how it works. Let's do the login with Gemini, and we will get instant access to free credits. So Gemini is installed here, and now let's do the same with Claude. Let's go dark mode. And I already do have the Pro subscription, which I strongly recommend. Let's do it live with you. Kiddo. Yes, sir. Let's press enter to continue. Okay. And we should already have yes, the start command. So now the start command, congratulations, you already have Claude Code and you have Gemini. You can have them interact together. They can read your own files. So everything that you're going to upload in your AI project file, they will be able to see and access it. So congratulations, it's first step, and I will show you in other bits and other videos how I use it to run everything right now with lots of agents. But also you've installed something that is much more advanced, because as you can see, you now have commands which are here and you can manage a lot of everything, but I gifted you with two super useful commands. This one is start. So each and every day when you're going to start your AI session is going to read from the closing of previous days and tell exactly what the priorities are. And also the closing session. The closing session is the agent that does close the day, and it writes everything that you've done. Today I installed Claude Code and Gemini. Huge success. Can you document it in close? With close command. So as you will see, it's going to ask you for a bunch of permissions. at the beginning, which you can eventually skip it, and is going to start working and documenting with you. Now, it's always important that you assume that it knows nothing and that it loaded the right context and the right information. It's not working. Okay, as you can see, is writing documents, and we now have this file available about the session report. So let's find our file. So install Claude Code and install Gemini AI tools, and define projects and priorities is a pending task. So as I mentioned, it is planned to help you organize your day, and next start using AI assistant for development tasks. So if I go here and then again I launch the command, as we mentioned before, here saved. We're going to launch again, and now we're going to start the session, and it's going to read from the previous session. As you can see, it's reading. And the more you build on top of it, the more information it has, then the more tailored is going to become the experience. So the last session, as you can see, it installed Claude Code and Gemini, set up the workspace structure with brain notes and docs, and you have to define your next task, and here is your core and focus. And if you want to work on this, you can work on this. If you want to work on something else, you can also have it stored in memory and work on something else. And this is pretty much it. I'd say
No way, I want more.
other things that I do recommend, since you are going to be capped at some kind of token usage. You can also use other AIs. So I showed you Gemini, so you can tell Claude to interact with Gemini and vice versa, but you can also use Llama, and we'll see this in another video, to install other AIs on your local system so you can run models directly into your machine. So now please play with it, run agents, and do anything that you like to do with AI with context. So what if AI had context? It now has it, so load it with files and work it out. We'll release another video with more advanced setup, but let me know what you think, and build your first agent. If you want to build your first agent, you go here and you can manage agent configuration. I need an agent that is going to teach me how to properly use in my projects. Can you help with? So now it's going to create an agent based on what you just asked. And this agent, since it will be documented in MD files, as you've seen before, it can be changed. So you can change the behavior, you can improve the way it works. So you can effectively treat Claude Code as a trainee in the first few days, and then move on to an advanced setup. And with the MCP servers and API connections, it can do quite a lot of things. Like for me at the minute is monitoring ads, meta ads on Meta Business Manager, and also cross-checking data on Google Analytics. It's helping me writing this content and recording these videos, and quite a lot more things I'm able to do, competitive intelligence at scale, and many more other things. So let's continue here. Go with Sonnet. Let's go. Okay, perfect. So we now have an agent, and call the tool advisor to help set up this workspace. And it goes on and on and on and on. I could stay here for months, but here, as you can see, you are going to see how the agents effectively come out, which is a slightly different thing. And you can have the agent working on one thing while you keep working on the same window with the same context, and chat with the main one agent. So you can see that as a main employee, which is Claude, that manages other agents or other AIs, and these AIs can also be other AIs, meaning other models like Gemini or like Olama or Mistral or any other thing. Okay, if you have any other question, please let me know. I hope this is going to help. And here is the comprehensive guide from the AI advisor. You start to set priorities, work with the AI and close summary. So here, as you can see, is smart because you read the context and it says that this workflow works really well to use not for experiments and not for final artifacts. Is going to tell you how to give it instructions, which is fantastic. And as you can see, there is already a division of work. So you now have like a power of a very advanced AI sitting on your laptop now. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you're going to build. And also, it's going to tell you what not to do, not providing enough context, accepting code without understanding. So again, treat it as like a trainee that can make mistakes. And yeah, work with that. Play with it and see where it lacks. And where it lacks, instead of getting angry, improve the documentation, because again, it's going to build a lot of documents. And your job then is to review to help it improve, so then you can work flawlessly and kind of trust the process. Talk soon.